Are you serious, guys? Are you serious? Hurricanes! Not again. Get a cup of coffee. I mean, we're going to have to riding the storm out. I'm going to have to do it. It's headed toward me, but I'm in the middle of the state. But still, this thing is headed in our direction. Let me tell you all about the Hurricane Debby. It's not a hurricane yet, okay? But it will. It looks like it will be. Certainly, it will be a tropical storm, Debby. Let me tell you all about it. First of all, put the shout out right now for www.pastorpaulgold.com. That's www.pastorpaulgold.com. Are you worried about the future of the U.S. economy? You should be. Unemployment was 4.1 in June. And now it's 4.3 in July and headed up. Stock market was down 1,000 points yesterday, finished at minus 610. Bitcoin's fluctuating up and down. U.S. currency is struggling. The debt is outrageous. Yeah, and with all this migration, taxation, inflation, frustration. Look, with so many uncertainties in the air, it is natural just to fret about the security of your retirement savings. But there's one asset that stands the test of time, guys. That's gold. Gold, a biblical currency. For centuries, gold has been the hedge against market volatility and economic instability. With a gold IRA from Noble Gold Investment, you can harness the power of the precious metals to help protect your financial future. By rolling over that existing IRA or 401k into a self-directed gold IRA, you can enjoy the potential for long-term growth and stability. Diversify your portfolio with a tangible asset that has real value, gold or silver. Setting up for your gold IRA or silver, it has never been easier than at www.pastorpaulgold.com. Click on that, pastorpaulgold.com, and let them help you, or call them, 877-646-5347. That's 877-646-5347. Guys, they're also giving away, if you qualify, they'll give you 10 of these Donald Trump 1 ounce pure silver coin. What? 10 of them. Or you could qualify instead. Maybe you want this, the 10 ounce silver bar with the American flag on it. Okay, so just check it out. Go to www.pastorpaulgold.com. That's pastorpaulgold.com. Or call them at 877-646-5347. Tell them Pastor Paul sent you there. Have you guys got your tickets yet? You can get your ticket all day today, all day tomorrow. Look, just go right now, all day today. You can be watching this webinar this afternoon and just literally taking notes and just blowing your mind and putting the pieces of it together. The disclosure, aliens among us. It's incredible. So go to our website at paulbegleyprophecy.com and get your ticket right now. Get your tickets right now, okay? And get the bundle. Get the 4-past alien DVD bundle for the insane price of $125. It would have cost you $250 if you bought them each one separately. But I'm going to put them all 4 together for you. And listen, with your love gift of $125 or more, I'm going to send you the Alien Bundle, okay? Or you can just go there and go to the DVD section and order the Alien Bundle. It's only good till midnight Sunday night, tomorrow night. It's only good till midnight Sunday night. Guys, get the bundle. Okay, hurricane watch in effect. Hurricane. I'm insane with the hurricane. It's putting pressure on the membrane. You might even get a migraine. I mean, this is hurricane expanded now all along the Florida coast ahead of likely future Hurricane Debby. Certainly will be a tropical storm, Debby. We know that right now they're calling it Tropical Depression 4. But that's going to change. It will be Tropical Storm Debby. It will probably even become a Category 1 hurricane. See, when it gets into the Gulf, the hot weather of the Gulf of Mexico, and BP Earthwatch has, I think, done a video on this, so you might want to check it out. But check this out. Hurricane and tropical storm watches and warnings for Florida have been extended. This potential hurricane called Debby is approaching the Gulf of Mexico. The Tropical Depression 4 is located right now near Cuba and is expected to intensify into a tropical storm Debby later this afternoon and evening. The hurricane watch and tropical storm watches and warnings have been issued for parts of Florida. Florida and the southeast coast will see flooding, rain in this system. I'm expected right here where I'm sitting to get 10 inches of rain this evening through the night into the morning, or sometime between this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon. 10 inches of rain. The Tropical Depression 4 is expected to intensify into this tropical storm Debby. It could be a Category 1 hurricane by the time it has landfall in Florida's Big Bend region Sunday night or early Monday morning. The flooding, the rainfall, the gusty winds, the coastal flooding from this system will spread all across the Florida peninsula over this weekend, and then along the southeast coast early next week, where it could slow down or even stall, prolonging the insane impact of rain and flooding and flash flooding in southern Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. Jacksonville, Florida, look out. Here's what we're hearing. A hurricane watch is in effect for part of the Florida's Big Bend. It could become a Cat 1 by the time it hits the Big Bend. I sure hope that's just north of me a little bit. From Indian Pass to Yankeetown, tropical storm warnings and watches over the rest of the western Florida from the Keys, from the Florida Keys to north of Tampa Bay, where I'm at right now, and the easternmost Panhandle region. A storm surge has also been issued in the Florida Big Bend. And the storm surge watch continues southward from the area from Bonita Beach and westward to Indian Pass. This includes Tampa Bay, which you don't want to be flooding there. It could get ugly. Charlotte Harbor. Life-threatening storm surge is possible in the area. Also, Tropical Storm 4 is currently centered right now near Havana, Cuba, traveling west-northwestward. Some of its bands of rain are already spreading as far north as central Florida. It's dark and gloom and doom and gloom and doomsday gloom out here right now here. And I'm way in the, I'm in the I'm in the central part of the state. Wind gusts have topped 40 miles an hour already at Key West and in Marathon, Florida this morning already. I love that area, actually. I've been down there several times. I really, really like Key West area, all the keys there. And some of the best turtle soup in the world is, I can't remember which key it is. I believe it's Marathon, but I'm not positive. But there's a place there that has turtle soup that's unbelievable. And every time I'm ever down in that area, I always stop and go in there and have turtle soup. Now, what it is, it's similar to, it's like New England chowder, but it's turtle soup chowder. Oh, it's off the chain. Are you serious? Are you serious? It's off the chain. Okay. Anyway, back to what I'm trying to tell you here. It will head. Listen, the latest National Hurricane Center says Tropical Storm Debby by tonight. It will then head toward a landfall in Florida's Big Bend region Sunday night or early Monday morning. It could be by then the tropical storm will probably become Category 1 Hurricane Debby. I mean, you talk about a Debbie Downer. What? A Debbie Downer. It's a sin to eat turtle soup. Are you serious, one, John? It's a sin? Are you serious? I mean, didn't the Lord tell me I can eat as long as I pray and bless it? I mean, isn't there some New Testament scripture? I'm not sure about that turtle soup being a sin thing, but I know, don't go into the old, I already know what kosher is. Okay. So what you're saying is it's not kosher. I hear you. I hear you on that. Okay. I hear what you're saying now. It's not kosher. Let's just say that, okay? Because if you don't, you're going to offend a ton of New Testament Christians It just, so let's not do that. Let's just say it's not kosher. But it's still good anyway. Okay. Stop it, Paul Begley. What are you doing? Don't eat soup at all? Don't eat the soup. Okay. All right. All right. I just look, forgive me for even bringing up turtle soup. I didn't mean to offend anybody. I didn't want to offend anybody. So I was just saying, I won't offend anyone. Forgive me, everybody. Everybody. Old Testament, New Testament, everybody alike. Just forgive me. I'm just a Southern. Look, guys, I'm just a country preacher from the cornfields of Indiana. Okay, just understand that's who I am. I'm just this little hello country bumpkin. They got some frost out on the pumpkin. I've seen some sights, but man, you're something. Turtle soup. Don't eat the turtle soup. Okay. From the future. Future Hurricane Debby forecast is tracking the southeast coast early this week, where it could intensify again, assuming it remains over the water. There is an increasing possibility this system might slow down or even stall somewhere near the southeast coast, which could prolong impacts, especially on the flooding rain. A storm surge warning has also been issued in the Florida Big Bend, as we said. We're very concerned. Now, check this out. I want to show you something. Havana, be careful. I know you're saying, Paul, it's still way down here. I mean, I know that, okay? It's way down here, just now leaving Cuba. But you see how this thing does? It starts to, after it gets out of Cuba, it enters into the hot Gulf of Mexico waters, and then it starts to swing right toward north of Tampa, where I'm at. But it looks like it's going to go a little north of me as well and make its way up into the Big Bend area. But as it's going to drench Florida. Okay, it's just going to flat out drench us. Then it's going to shoot across Jacksonville, Florida, on up towards Savannah, Georgia, and on up into South Carolina and North Carolina, and it's going to stall and just pour down the rain. Okay. I mean, it's insane. The tropical system, the Greater Rainfall Study released last year said that rainfall flooding was responsible for most of the U.S. deaths from tropical storms and hurricanes since 2013. Most people in America have died from flooding, from natural disasters. Coastal flooding from storm surge is possible on the western coast of Florida this weekend. The system is likely to bring rainfall to Florida. Again, like I said, heavy rain. It could linger in Florida early into next week, while it's also spreading through eastern Georgia and eastern Carolinas. And that means flash flooding and river flooding are possible in all of those areas. And if this system slows down or it stalls, it could prolong impacts near the southeast coast and somewhat inland, particularly heavy rain. Okay? The surge could reach 3 to 5 feet above normal. What? Are you serious? Yes. With tide levels. If the peak surges arrives at high tide in Florida's Big Bend, most other areas could see storm surges of 1 to 4 feet, but including Tampa Bay and Charlotte Harbor. But eventually the coastal flooding could affect the southeast coast early next week, as we've been saying. Okay? So there's a lot going on here. The winds are going to be strong. For instance, right now the winds in Key West are 35 to 40 miles an hour. The wind's blowing right now at 25 to 30 in Miami. Even in Sarasota, Florida right now, it's 20 to 25 miles an hour. But as this thing comes up, the winds are going to pick up. We're expecting right here in the Villages winds of about 45 to 50 miles an hour and 10 inches of rain and insane lightning. Okay? So, and we're in the middle of the state. So it's going to be a Debbie Downer. There's no doubt about it. This is going to be a Debbie Downer. But we're not going to be defeated. We're not going to be depressed. We're not going to let this get under our skin. Okay? We're not. And the turtle soup. Everybody's still talking about the turtle soup. I mean, I'm just saying that there's this. I didn't mean to. I'm not trying to offend anybody. The turtle soup. I'm just saying. Ernest Hemingway liked turtle soup. Of course, he lived in Key West, and sometimes when you read his books, you might just fall asleep eating turtle soup. I see geese flying high above the water, a child fishing with his father in the rain. I can smell blackberry brandy and chocolate-covered candy. I see a soldier crying on a train. Debbie Downer falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long as I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn. I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. I feel the deepness of his weakness. I can taste the brandy sweetness at a roadside Idaho cafe. I can hear old Teddy laughing, Fitzgerald's toes a-tapping to the roaring sounds of yesterday. Falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long as I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn. I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long as I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn. I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And a shotgun blast echoed across the page, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. Okay, I apologize for bringing up turtle soup. Look, today is a Sabbath, and I eat very kosher on the Sabbath. And some people eat kosher every day, okay? And I'm not trying to offend anybody. Everybody knows I just like to joke around, and I'm, so don't be offended by that, okay? Don't be offended by that. My apologies. Anyway, but we are going to have a hurricane, and that hurricane is looks like it's going to be strong. and it really is going to be strong. Okay, so let's keep everybody pray for the people of Florida, but not just Florida, because as this storm goes raging through, and there's going to be a lot of flooding, there's going to be a ton of rain and lightning and strong winds. But this thing is going to stall on us about Jacksonville, and then into the Savannah, Georgia area, on up into South Carolina and North Carolina. This storm is going to sit there and stall. Remember what Hurricane Harvey did to Houston. It just sat there and stalled and just dumped so much rain, and the flooding was insane. That's the concern I have about this storm. I have more concern of the stall and the rain than I have the wind and the storm surge. It's more about the wind and the rain. So really, just stay focused, pray one for another, and keep looking up, because the Lord's coming back. If you haven't got your tickets for the Alien webinar, it's a perfect time to get it. Go right now to paulbegleyprophecy.com. Go to our website at paulbegleyprophecy.com and order your ticket right now. It's that purple banner going across the page. Right when you go to paulbegleyprophecy.com, there's that purple banner. Click it, get the ticket, and let us send you your link and start watching this webinar. It's going to be, it's phenomenal, especially with the weather getting bad down in the South and across the whole South region. It's a good time just to sit and watch this webinar and just and binge watch through this, okay? Great information. And Bishop Larry Ragland's amazing in this. He really is. Breaks this down. L.A. Marzulli, it's the best presentation he's ever done. His is an hour and 20 minutes. It's mostly him narrating tons of film, of interviews, and Roswell crash site. He goes there and the things they find, and never before seen footage out of Area 51 that he got his hands on. Of course, L.A. Marzulli is the guy that can find the Nephilim. He can find the giant bones. I mean, this is the guy. And then, of course, when Stan Dale starts telling me that he met two Nordics, and when you start to hear Mike Around the World about the ant people and the underground and the alien and out in the Amazon, when you just hear the whole stories of what Mike tells us happening, Avi Loeb, BP Earthwatch, who saw the UFOs in Phoenix, his first-hand account, he explains it. Guys, get the webinar, Aliens Among Us. If you need help with that, if you want to order it by phone, that's a great way to do it. Pick up the phone, call right now. The phone line is open, 765-414-2230, 765-414-2230. Call it, order the ticket, Aliens Among Us. And if you also want to, you could go ahead and give a donation of $125 or more on top of that. Or just say, hey, I want to order the bundle, the Alien Bundle. You can order it right then on the spot, or just go to my website and order the Alien Bundle. But, guys, let's get it done, okay? We're living in the very last days. I'll be back with more current world events and how things are developing. We're watching the Middle East very closely, as you know. Extremely high alert there. So we'll be watching that all weekend. Stay with me here on this channel. And we'll also be watching the hurricane down here in Florida. We'll be also watching what else is going on around the world with the potential for terrorist activity. I got some information last night. I can't share it with you. It's from some of our insiders who are so good at getting info, and I can't share it. I'm not going to share it because it's too disturbing, and I don't want to. I just don't want to share it. But it's very concerning about terrorist activity. So stay alert, everybody. I'll be back with more right here on the coming apocalypse.